Felicia, we're doing a Ken Ham video, so there's a certain person specifically out there in the audience that is hate watching us right now.
Sure, there is.
But anyway, this came from the Answers News video that they did on the 24th of January. And have you heard about the New York abortion bill that's gone through?
Oh, yeah. There's this, she's like a pole sister. She's the reason I got into pole dancing.
Yeah.
And I commented that, like, we don't need to write in the law, like, that late term is only for life of the mother or inviolability or, some extenuating circumstance, because if we don't need to make a special law for that, because if a doctor is aborting healthy pregnancies late term, that's malpractice. Like, we don't need a law for that. And she thought I was saying, like, we do need a law for that. I was like, she kept responding really weird. And I was like, I think you misunderstand. So yeah, no, I've heard about it. Yeah.
So Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York State, signed into law on Tuesday safeguards laid out in Roe versus Wade and other court rulings, including the provision permitting late-term abortions when a woman's health is in danger. So the Associated Press reported the state's previous law, which had been in the books for nearly 50 years, only permitted abortions after 24 weeks of pregnancy if a woman's life was at risk. So Cuomo celebrated the passing of the bill in the Democratic-led Senate and Assembly on Tuesday, which happened to be the 46th anniversary of Roe versus Wade. And this is his quote here. In the face of federal government intent on rolling back Roe v. Wade and women's reproductive rights, I promised that we would enact this critical legislation within the first 30 days of the new session, and we got it done. So, and they lit up the World Trade Center to be lit up in pink to shine a bright light forward for the rest of the nation to follow. He said that we're saying here in New York, women's lives matter. We're saying here in New York, women's decisions matter, said the majority leader, Andrea Stewart Cousins.
I cannot wait till we say, like, pregnant persons' lives matter, because not only women get pregnant.
Exactly. So, and we've got a Ken Ham segment where they're going to be talking about that. I just wanted to give you guys a preface there so you know what the fuck they're talking about. So here we go.
Yeah.
We need that functional. So, yep.
So we also thought we would mention, because we'll deal with this in detail on Monday, but the governor of New York actually just signed a bill for the state of New York in regard to abortion.
Yeah, and this is all over the news. It's all over Facebook. It's all over a number of different sites.
Now, the news item that they bring up here is from a website called Live Action, which sounds like a terrible news source if you wanted to get news.
Yeah.
It says here in the headline, Governor of New York nixes nearly all protections for preborn babies. Nice way of moving that mouthwash to the other side of the mouth, which is not really the same thing. Preborn babies. Preborn.
Like,
fetus.
Okay.
Non-viable. How about that? Let's how about those kids that have harlequin ichthyosis, where they're going to die a fucking painful death after they're born?
Yeah, within a very, very, very short time. It's a horrific disease, and there is no cure. There's nothing there can be done. They will die, and their entire existence will be suffering outside the womb. But no, like,
because
birth
God
them.
loves the baby. We're gonna have a baby.
Well, like, my thing is, scientifically speaking, becoming a person and losing person is a process. Like, people seem to think of, like, you're alive and then you're dead, but it's more realistic to think of, like, death as a process. Most things biologically, things exist on the spectrum, right? Like, and you're not, like, how many times have you heard somebody talk about a dying loved one and they'll say they've been gone for so much time? I've talked about Bud on this podcast. You can see his thumb there. My friend Bud, when he passed away, the last day that he was alive, we said he's been gone for hours.
He's not there because he's not.
He's gone. He was gone. Like, he was already dead. We were just waiting for the
a body to give it up.
Yeah, and you hear that all the time. Like, what becomes life and what becomes dead is a process, and we're kind of always on the spectrum of those things. And so when they talk about preborn baby, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It does not. But and they don't care. They don't care about.
No, this is the news that Ken Ham is going. And so I just want to warn everybody that everybody comes with their own predisposed version of whatever the fucking news is. I got all of my information from CBS News because, I don't know, they've only been in the same business for like 80 fucking years and before that on radio. So, I mean, take from that what you will, but I don't go to Live Action to get news about abortion. So, anyway.
It's shocking.
Is to allow late-term abortions for health reasons, whatever health means.
And health reasons being very expansive.
That's right.
No. Just because the mom has a cold doesn't mean she's going to be able to abort a fucking 40-week-old fetus.
That doesn't make any fucking. They know that late-term abortion is like
rare.
And it's really hard on their bodies. Like on a pregnant person's body, it's really, really hard on them. I was reading one today. She had to have an abortion at 32 weeks. And it was because the fetus was already dead. The fetus was already dead. Christians, fetus is dead. Late-term abortion because you're aborting the pregnancy. You see, that's what you're aborting. You're not.
You should give birth to that. You should give birth to it and hold it and love it and then bury it in a little coffin.
She did hold her fetus, but it was already dead. And the thing is that she lost so much blood in the emergency C-section because there's necrosis. It's really, really bad. It's really bad.
Imagine having a mummy inside your body.
Yeah, that's still attached to you,
sucking your life.
Yeah, it's very, very. She couldn't have carried. She could not have carried to term. There's no to term. So already dead, and she has to have a late term abortion, and she spent a week in the hospital. Late term abortion is not easy on the body. This is not how things are supposed to go. Again, why healthy pregnancies are not. You don't do late term abortion on a healthy pregnancy. I don't care if she doesn't want the baby. That's malpractice if somebody's doing that. You don't need a law.
So I just want you to hear how fucking judgmental. I mean, we knew this was going to be judgmental anyway because it's Ken Ham and his ilk, but just listen to how fucking evil and hateful and spiteful they are when they start talking.
And that's up to the moment of
right
birth.
Up to the moment of birth.
Right.
You know, there's even other aspects to this, and we'll dive into that on Monday.
But here's what I wanted to show people.
Shocking.
I wanted to show them this. As soon as the governor signed that legislation saying they want to kill babies, kill children, murder children in the womb.
That's what they want to do.
Nice, lovely, hateful. Yes, they want to murder children. So.
Yep, that's what they're doing. Yep, that's exactly what everyone. That's what people want to do. That's what us feminists want, is for people to just murder their babies.
That's what pregnant women want to do. They want to carry that child for 30 fucking weeks and then all of a sudden be like, I fucking hate you. I'm going to murder your ass now.
Stab. Yeah, that's what on earth are you even talking about? Do you know, there's women who have carried babies in their body. Like they have birthed babies out of their vaginas, and they are saying that this is a possibility. Pregnancy sucks. I haven't experienced it. I don't really want
everybody who's listening right now or watching right now, call your mom. If you have a relationship where you actually are on terms where you can talk to each other, appreciate the fact that they carried you within that body.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if nothing else, even if you don't talk to each other that much, just be like, thanks for, putting up with my shit when
Unless,
I have
of course,
no
an abusive/toxic relationship
don't-
that you.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what we're
obviously not. No. I'm gonna.
But
let
we're
Ken
saying
talk
like, yeah, like just like appreciate what their bodies go through.
because it fucks up your body.
It's so
right up until they're born. Look what happened in the legislature there.
The bill was first
Wow.
introduced in 2007 and removes abortion from the state criminal code and ensures women the right to an abortion in New York, should that federal right ever be changed by the Supreme Court. But Cuomo thinks it should be taken a step further.
So the article actually goes on and says the governor said it should be incorporated in the Constitution of the United States so nobody could ever change it, that
fucking A.
you can murder children in the womb.
Well, if that's the kind of terminology you guys want to go with, yeah, fine. We're just going to go ahead and cede that ground to you. Yes, we want to be able to murder children.
Yep.
Because some of them fucking have it coming. I don't care what you say. I've been to.
I watched that video of the MAGA hat kid with Nathan Phillips.
Yeah, I think that mom needed to have a let's see, he's about 15 years old. She needs to have a 45th trimester late abortion right there. So.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what we're saying. Yep.
Even
Exactly.
the One World Trade Center actually lit up
in
pink in favor of this particular,
Yay!
When you see them cheering there to kill children,
Nope.
I know, it's shocking.
I mean,
it's child sacrifice.
They will stand before God someday.
I tell you what it tells me:
will.
God is long suffering.
Yeah.
If
What
your
are, like,
God is
they-
so fucking omnipotent, if he's omnipotent and he wants to stop this, why the fuck has he not?
Free will, something like that.
Free will's a fucking illusion. I'm gonna fight some people over free will.
I hate talking about free will. Please don't make me do it. Because no, it's not. It's really not.
It's boring. It really is.
It's more devastating to me. It's fine. Like I agree with you, but I don't want to talk about it because I'm gonna cry.
I mean, because that takes you to the edge of the eclipse. I mean, not the eclipse, but the void, and you're like, well, why the fuck do I exist?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's
it's
get
worse
back
than
to
that.
fun.
Anywho, sir, what these women are cheering for is women not dying from
having to carry
sepsis.
a sepsis kid.
Yeah, women not dying due to carrying an unviable fetus. Women not. How about children not being born to suffering for nothing? What these women are cheering for is for
bodily autonomy,
safety, fucking safety, and recognition that they know what the fuck they're doing. But you're so hateful and disgusting, Ken Ham, that you like all you care about is controlling these women's bodies. That's all you fucking care, because you know better. You've heard all the arguments. You know about stillborn abortion. You fucking know about it. You've heard it. You've had these discussions with people, but you will sit there and say that God wanted that baby to be born. And like, you'll just say something hateful like that. It's about women's bodies, and it's about controlling them. And it's about the threat of not complying with your morality. That's what it is. That's what it is.
How about you get told that 28 weeks, or let's see, 24 weeks is the cutoff they used to have. At 24 weeks that you find out your baby is dead inside of you. But yet you have to carry it to term.
You can't. You'll die. You will die. The pregnant person will die.
It's almost like Andrew Cuomo is saying that nobody should die over idiotic things. It's amazing how when we let science be the arbiter of what the world should be like instead of a old ass book.
Yeah, no, it's
kind of makes more sense, you know.
It's just pure disgusting.
Yeah, I have nothing. I'm not going to play any more of the Ken Ham bullshit there. I just thought it was interesting that of all the things that they could choose to talk about on there, fun little Christian show where they're like, we're so smart compared to the atheists of the world and all of those other stupid people that aren't Christians, that they decided to start off with late term abortion. And they like to think of it as murdering children up until the point that they're born.
That's not a
It's
thing.
not going to fucking happen.
That's
And
not a
it hasn't
fucking
happened, and
thing.
it'll never happen. So, good job, fucking not even trying to steel man the other people's arguments. Great, good job.